I'm Huples Cat. I'm a prepper. I always carry a folding blade on me at all times. Wolfie would have died 3 days ago if I didn't have that blade on me.
Surveillance cameras caught the whole thing. You can see it here. The elevator doors closing on this dog's leash and the owner panicking, trying to free her pup. Through the doors, in walks Dr. Mohammed Awad, holding a plate of food. Then this.
Boom!
Awad throws his food, doesn't waste a second, jumping over and over, trying to pull the dog down. He even stumbles himself before finally snapping the leash free.
After a few stressful days of hospital visitation, Kitty's dad's still in hospital, we took Wolfie out for his last walk. It almost was his last walk. Wolfie always goes through doors first, whether getting on or getting off anything. And we use the elevator with him because he's not physically capable of going 7 flights and he's a bit too tubby for me to carry him. So we got off the elevator, I was holding his leash, and Wolfie didn't get off. The door's shut. Kitty immediately tried to pull the door open. That doesn't work. I hit the open door. There's 2 elevators. The other elevator opened. I pressed it again, it opened again. At that point I pulled out my knife and I cut the leash. Because fire service can always get Wolfie out of an elevator, but he's not very heavy, and I got a feeling the leash would have strangled him. But if anybody had called the elevator and it had moved that he was in, he would have probably died. He's not the strongest dog. I'll show you some videos of this that I found online.
The video shows Angela Wells bringing her 11-year-old dog Charlie in from their walk Tuesday morning, headed back up to their 3rd-floor apartment in South Edmonton. But Charlie didn't get in, preferring to say hi to the building superintendent coming down the hall.
Well, I thought she was in the elevator with me. She pulled out and saw the maintenance man, and the elevator started to close. I could feel the leash tugging on the door, and the door wouldn't stop closing.
No time to panic outside those doors because the little dog's leash started pulling upward with the elevator. That's when the maintenance man, Bob Foster, grabbed hold and, like the dog, became airborne.
I could see the leash moving up, and I screamed at that point. I didn't know what to do. I was pressing buttons.
Angela, inside the now moving elevator, feared the worst.
All I was worried about is what I was going to find when the door opened on the other side.
The leash snapped and brought both Charlie and the building super down to the ground. What she found was Bob holding her dog. And because Charlie holds so much meaning for her, it meant more than he knew at that moment.
She was my daughter's dog, and my daughter passed away in 2016 from fentanyl poisoning. And so this dog is pretty special to us.
Bob declined to speak about saving Charlie, but he did accept a mug from Angela that sums up what she thinks of him.
That's how we feel about Bob. He's a hero, and he's kept Charlie safe for us.
More Superman than building super.
Hey dude, look up from your phone. There's a little pooch hanging from the elevator door, patiently waiting to be rescued. How in the world did this happen? Watch as the resident walks up to the elevator. He pushes the button, all the while scrolling on his phone. As he waited for the elevator, he looked up and he couldn't believe what he saw. Fernando Santos reacted in an instant and unhooked the dog.
Were you shocked when you saw the dog?
Of course, it was a total shock.
So how did the little dog end up hanging on for dear life? Apparently the owner got on the elevator with an armful of packages and somehow the dog got left behind. We've seen the terrifying moments of elevator doors closing before dogs get on. This kid had his dog on a super long leash, and the stubborn pup isn't budging. The doors close. Luckily, the leash snaps.
A woman enters the elevator, but her tiny Pomeranian doesn't make it in before the doors close. Now look, without her neighbor's quick action, the dog could have been strangled. You can see the leash coming out of the top of the elevator.
The whole time this is all happening, that the girl was inside screaming. As soon as those doors shut, she was screaming, and I could hear it the whole time. It was actually really scary. I mean, it was scary for me, and I'm sure it was scary for her.
Johnny Mathis is now being called a hero.
It was a crazy situation. I can't believe I reacted the way I did and got it off as quick as I did, but it could have been a lot worse.
It's happened before, as seen in these heart-stopping videos. This hotel manager in South Carolina jumped into action. And in 2014, this dog's leash got stuck in the elevator and he's yanked up by the neck. The young woman frantically pressed buttons to stop the elevator. Luckily, the leash snapped in the nick of time.
Interestingly, at the dog store, when I actually bought the leash, the woman there had actually heard of this several times happening. It's actually a clear problem. Always make sure your dog gets on and off an elevator with you, and always be ready to cut the leash. You're never going to chew through it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I just wanted to get this video out. It's something I was completely unaware of, and now I'm very aware of it. And I felt people out there with dogs probably should know about this as well. And if you walk cats, same thing. Doodles! This has been a Wolfie Terrier 2023 production. No terriers were harmed in the production of this video.